G'day YouTube, my name's Lance and welcome to Bundy Bear's Shed. Well, the weather report. Holy, been a bit warm here. I just had a look before I started the stew and it looks like 19 to 37 degrees today. Yeah, so look, it's going to be a warm one. There's been, the last couple of days it's been quite hot and while it's been hot, we've had a bit of a breeze. There's late last week we had that dust storm that came through, and you could actually look across the paddock, and we have friends, Rick and Tracy came. Pomona Rick that had his lathe down Pomona a couple of weeks ago, and they came up for the weekend, and they said as they were coming into Bundy they could see this haze in the air, and look, it's still there a little bit, but the wind has now turned around and it's more of a smoky haze now. Just north of us here, from Bundaberg, between Bundaberg and Agnes Water, there's a deep water national park, and there's wildfires, bushfires going on in there at the moment. So yeah, we're just gonna, well, I worried about them yesterday. There's no loss of life that I'm aware of, and it's just a heap of forest. And look, yesterday on the news it looked like it was going to blow across to the ocean and stop there. So I haven't heard how that's gone, but the wind came in northwest yesterday afternoon, which came in from the north off the ocean, and it was smoky yesterday. So it's still a bit smoky today. And so we'll just see what comes of it all. There's no breeze. It's, oh look, it's just a little bit after 5 o'clock in the morning here in Bundy Bear's Shed, and on Monday morning. And with Rick and Tracy being here, well, he bought a lot of lathe stuff up and he's cleaned it up in the blast cabinets and wire brushed it and done all that sort of thing. Pardon me. The smoke's got to me a bit. But yeah, we've had a good weekend. We had a couple of great barbies and yeah, 10 or 20 quiet beers and things like that, red wines and things like that. And it was sort of a bit of a good show. They're still here. I see Rick wandering around up at the house there, bloody having a scratch. But yeah, I snuck up the shed, try not to wake him up too much if I could. So see how that all goes. I'm getting Rick's a good welder, and I'm getting him to set up one of my welders. We're going to set up a permanent little TIG. He's going to set that up for me today so I can have a fiddle and learn a bit more about TIG welding. It's something I haven't been able to, well, I haven't put much time into either, but I haven't been able to master it because I probably just need to be shown a few things, I'd say. But I can MIG and stick and oxy and all that sort of thing, oxy weld and braze and silver solder and do all that sort of stuff. It's just the TIG bit that I need to put a bit of time into. Now, I said last week about getting new cameras, so I've got one camera here and one camera over here. So I'm getting highly technical, and yeah, we just got to try. Well, I thought just for today's stew I'd run two cameras, one over here and one there. Then over the course of the stew I might swap back and forth from cameras just to see how it goes. And it turned up Wednesday, the camera, and it's a Nikon P900, I think. Very good for zoom and wide angle lens and all that, so it comes in to the parts nicely. My Lumix straight ahead of me here, that's my old one, and look, it's still going good, but that spring's a bit dicky, and with the Nikon over here, we've bought extra batteries for it, because in the past I'll be filming something, I'll be filming away, and after 3 or 4 hours of filming or whatever it was, the batteries would go flat. And so with this Nikon here, I've actually bought spare battery packs. And another good thing about the Nikon, I don't know whether it's Nikon, you look on the internet and it's Nikon, and is that with the Panasonic, if I needed to do a battery change or something like that, I'll just pop a card out and reformat and get the info off. You had to undo the tripod mount underneath, and get that out. But with the Nikon, you can just open the flap, pop the card out, pop it in your lappy, see how you're going, bring it back in. You can see it on a big screen. So what I'm seeing on the monitors today is, with my blue shirt, the Nikon has probably got a more realistic colour. This one looks a little bit lighter than the other one. So anyway, look, we'll see how we go with it all. Today we're going to keep filming on the little engine. We haven't done any of that in the last couple of days because Rick's been here doing bead blasting, you know, his lathe parts and that. And yeah, with the compressor and the sandblaster and the cyclone and all that in the background, well, yeah, it was just impossible to do. So I went and did other things, and so now we're back on track. Now I've got through the week I've got the rods resized on the little Perkins engine we're doing. New gudgeon bushes put in, and yeah, I took them to the engineering place in town, and we got the rods redone. So hopefully today we can run through pistons on rods, rings on pistons, and all that sort of thing. When I was doing the crank on the little Perkins, the thrust in the crank, 2 to 11th hour was the measurement, and I think I was at 10. And someone questioned, could we get oversized thrust bearings for it? And we can. I've got some coming in from Ireland at the moment. I couldn't find any just in my normal chain of suppliers, which is Bearco, Sparex and all that. Sparex have them listed at 7.5 hour oversized, but none in stock. I had to get them from England, which would have been 3 weeks, but we fly parts in from Quality Tractor Parts in Ireland every week pretty well. And they've got some 7th hour oversized thrusts for the little Perkins here. So at 10th hour I can drop the 7th hour thrusts in, and that'll have me back on the lower spec, which will give me 3rd hour obviously. So on the lower spec it'll just be a better thing, I believe. Yeah, last week I stripped the clutch on the 135, and the clutch it was in, it was an aftermarket one with big headed pins, and where the PDO thrust surfaces and all go are buggered. And I actually saved a genuine Massey Ferguson clutch one time out of a 35 years ago. It's a 911, and so I'm going to run through popping that apart today for the 135 6-speed restoration. And on the playlist on the 135 MF135 restoration, we've put 6-speed in there now on the title of the playlist, because the one that we're doing, the bent axle one, that's a 6-speed. The other one that we bought recently with the multi-power and that's a multi-power transmission. So it's just to differentiate between the two models on the channel. Yeah, it's a heavy axle and multi-power and all that. So any work I do on multi-power, and there's little things like the exhaust elbow and that, I'll start a playlist called MF135 multi-power restoration, and any jobs I do up to starting the restoration will go on there until we give it the big bougie in time, and the 6-speed we'll keep separate as well. So the 6-speed or the multi-power and the title on the playlist pardon me, is just about differentiating between the two tractors for the people that follow the channel. Well, there you go. I got the sniffles a bit this morning with the smoky fog around and that. So anyway, I'm not dead. Had the grandkids over on the weekend, so I'll probably catch some dog's disease coming up. Little fella was a bit out of sorts, but anyway. I've started through the week, this last weekend, I've put a Christmas tree on the carryall of the Gold tractor. Now, my mate Dave and myself that do a lot of tractor drives together, we got our heads together and we thought, well, there's a turning on the lights, which is a turning on the Christmas lights pageant and street parade in Bundy on December the 6th. So we've registered as an entry for that, and we're going to take 2 tractors in, and both with Fergie carryalls on them, and a Christmas tree on each one and things like that. So we thought I'd dress up as Santa on the John Deere actually, and a green tractor with me dressed up as Santa in the red, and then he'd have a red tractor and he'd dress up green as an elf. But yeah, the organisers said we're only allowed to have 1 Santa on the parade, so that's out the window. The hydraulics on the Big Johnny, on the 420, they hiccup a little bit, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to take the gold tractor in the parade. And with the non-live hydraulics, which is like on your T20s, you put your foot on the clutch and your hydraulics will drop down a bit, and when you take your foot off the clutch and start to move off, your hydraulics will correct in the position control. So Goldies do leak down a little bit. That's just the Massey Ferguson thing with the gaps in the piston rings. So I'll probably, with Goldie at least, I can put a little strap up to the roll frame and put Christmas lights around it, and then I can disengage the PDO and the hydraulics, and we'll just have a constant height for the carryall. So, and I find with street parades, when we've done them in the past, is you only go at walking pace, and if something slows up or something like that, there's a lot of stop-start. You don't sort of move along because you have marching bands and things like that. So I think that's what we'll do. Put a strap up to the roll frame, and just hold it a constant height. I can possibly do that on the John Deere, but not me. Well, with the John Deere with no roll frame and no canopy and all that, I could run from the top link and run something down with a ratchet strap to hold it up a little bit. But anyway, I just sort of reckon that if I have a little gold tractor with a Christmas tree in front of Dave with his big Fergie, a little Goldie, the 35, FE35, then Dave with his 65 behind, I reckon that'd probably look pretty good. So anyway, I'll take you around. I've put a pallet on the carryall of the tractor, and I've put some insulation. I've put the Christmas tree on the pallet, and we've strapped that on with ratchet straps, and then we've put some insulation out of when we did the office on the back. So at the moment we still got to put presents and a bit of Christmassy stuff around it. So I'll take you for a bit of a walk around that. Pardon me. And see how we go. But yeah, we got next weekend to finish that off. It's not this coming Thursday, it's the Thursday after December the 6th. So we're looking forward to that. Goldie will get a bit of a wash, and yeah, I'll probably take it to work that day. Then about 4 in the afternoon we'll run downtown with it. And I don't think I'll muck around with the trailers and things like that. I think I'll just drive it. It's only like 10 kilometres. 6-7 miles, so as long as it's not raining, things will be good. But with the artificial Christmas trees on the back and things like that, I don't think the rain would affect it much, so we won't get too worried about all that. So look, there's not a lot of other stuff going on in the shed. Mainly I've been getting organised for this little engine. I have got some steering box parts for the MF 135 6-speed, and yeah, I'll probably head over that direction today. Rick and Tracy are going home today sometime, so I'll probably hop into filming. Get a bit serious about filming after that. So we'll see how we go. So look, stay with us for a sec. I'll take you for a little walk. I'll show you what we're up to with the Christmas tree. Well, that's the Christmas tree on the back of Goldie, on the carryall. I'm still working with the colour on this new camera, see if I can get it to sort out somehow. And yeah, so that's our snow. Bit of insulation. We're going to cover that up with boxes and probably a toy tractor or 2 yet, just to see how it goes. But look, that'll look all right, I'm sure. By the time we've got a few little Christmas lights around it now. Actually, in here you can sort of see You can see them draped around. Looks okay overnight. They're solar Christmas lights, so we don't have to wire them up or anything. We just let them charge up through the day, and yeah, that'll be okay. Then we will eventually get them all around the top of the cabin and or top of the roll frame and around the headlights on the tractor and all that sort of thing. So that won't be bad fun. I'll just bring you around. See how the camera goes pointing out the door. You can see the haze in the air sort of thing. But anyway, there's old Kelly dog. Kelly dog loves visitors. And when we zoom right in, she's sitting there waiting for Rick to come up the shed. She thinks, yeah, I'll get a couple of pats and another yarn out of him today. So she's waiting. Okay, that's a bit of a look at Goldie. This is a camera I have been using, and Panasonic Lumix. It's been a great camera. These little monitors that come around and back, they've been a big help. So yeah, you can have him around the back there, or when you're filming. The benefit of filming with something like this is if you're getting down and dirty with a part, you can actually turn the viewfinder to where you can see it, which I find particularly good, when you're machining stuff and things like that. So that's the old camera. We're going to keep that still, and I'll just have to, it's, oh geez, I've had it for some years now, and look, it's been great. I couldn't fault it at all. You can plug it straight into big screens and do extra playouts and things like that. And I could put an external mic on this, which I did from time to time. But that's that one, and look, that's been good. And I'll turn this one on now and I'll film this camera and I'll show you what that is. And this is the new one. And that sort of, it turns off a little bit quicker than this other one. I might be able to find that in the settings and change it, but once again, yeah, see that's, oh no, that's recording. Now, but you can see it's, yeah, I reckon I've got to have a look at it seems to zoom in that okay. I just got to have a look at the colour, I reckon. Until I actually see how this filming's gone today, I won't know what we have to set with it. But it actually zooms out to, what do they say, 200 millimetres, or 2 metres. That goes way the buggery out there somewhere. So it really does zoom in well. And yeah, for the finer stuff, it should work okay with the wide angle or the telephoto. 83 times, full HD. It actually records in 4K. But I had a look at doing that, and it does do it, no worries. But yeah, for a YouTube clip, I can't really see the point of it just at the moment. I reckon you can't see in 4K or something I was reading the other day, so I don't know which way we're going with all that. And that's it, having a look at the bonnet on Goldie. That seems to be coming up. Oh yeah, I can see reasonably well in the monitor. But anyway, that's our new camera. I've got to learn to use that today and see what sort of quality I can get into video. Well, there you go. Look, we haven't got an awful lot of content this week, mainly because we've been doing, Rick's been cleaning stuff up, and the old press out the back, there's a big old steel frame press I've given to him, and he can take that home and get it going. He's actually got an air pump at home, same as my air pump that I use on my 50-ton press here. So, I've sent the frame of the old one home with him. The cylinder, there's a big old truck cylinder with cast iron rings that he just can't take home at the moment, but he'll probably pick up later on. And yeah, so the main focus at the moment is getting stuck into this engine and and filming a few more episodes for MF135 6-speed restoration. So look, thanks for dropping by. Yeah, not an awful lot to talk about today because we've been doing other stuff. But it's been interesting. In editing this video today, I'll have a good look and see if I can change settings on cameras if I need to, or see how we go. So you'll probably notice, or will have noticed, I'll chop angles and muck around just to work out how to work it all for the moment. In filming stuff, I'm going to actually try and do a couple of angles and pick the clearest and best for a few projects coming up. So we'll see how we go. I'll probably try it today when I'm pulling that Massey Ferguson clutch apart, the actual pressure plate, and see if I can get all fancy. Anyway, look, we'll have a go. I'll play with cameras for a little while, and everyone have a good week, and we'll catch you next week, eh?